Ferguson.
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to our September meeting. Gonna call this meeting to order. I'll start with the sunshine law notice. This is a regular meeting of the Environmental Commission of the Borough of Fairhaven. In accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, public meetings may be held in person or by means of communication equipment to include streaming services, other online meeting platforms. This meeting is being held in person through the Zoom meeting platform being broadcast from Borough Hall, 748 River Road, Fairhaven, New Jersey. Public participation for this meeting on September 10th, 2025 is available by call-in phone number or through Zoom. Members of the public will be on mute until it's time for questions, comments, which will be announced. At that time, the public has the opportunity to question, comment by phone or through Zoom by the raise hand button and will be called on at the appropriate time. Notice of this meeting was sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and the Star Ledger on January 31st, 2025, posted on the Borough website, the bulletin board in the municipal building, and has remained continuously posted as required under the statute. With adequate notice having been given, the Environment Commission Secretary is directed to include the statement in the minutes of the meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Roll call, please, Christine.
Kelly Flanagan,
Present.
Jesse Murray.
Here.
Anna Antonin. Here. William Dorner, said he would be absent. Susie Globus.
Present.
John Palinetti.
Present.
Gary Patterson. He said he would be here. John Peters. Also present, Borough Secretary Larson, you have a quorum.
Okay, great. Can I get a motion to approve the July 9th, 2025 meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Second. Okay, so minutes are approved. And then we'll move on to the current business. Thank you, guys. So Sustainable Jersey application update. We have not received formal a reply from the Sustainable Jersey, but our application was submitted July 31st with enough points to, if awarded, will qualify us for silver. Although I did kind of sneak in and just see a little bit of the status of our application, and it looks like we are in good shape to receive silver. So far, I saw 355 points approved, which is past our 350. So hopefully that will still be the official result, but fingers crossed we're in good shape for that. So thank you, everybody, for all your help and work. It's just a great honor to maintain the silver certification that, that we've been all worked on. So I appreciate all your efforts in that. Great.
And a little bit on that, I started, so that stuff that we brought up with the firehouse,
Mhm.
that we couldn't get done for this year. I started having a conversation with Matt DePonte, Matt Lang, as well as Alistair Jack, which may or may not be the next chief in line. On getting it accomplished for.
Great.
When next time we go through this and have it ready.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
like,
Right.
and done
Play it in the head.
and locked, yeah.
Yeah, and I think this
Cause
is,
it's gonna take it's gonna take about a year and a half for us to be able to get it all in line, make sure that it's documented, make sure that it's cleared. So
okay,
do some pre-work for the next time we apply.
perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And I think we could do that with a lot of things.
That, yeah, right, I agree. It should be a document that we kind of look at periodically to see where we are. It's also a great roadmap too.
Yeah,
If we're looking for or have ideas, maybe some inspiration on what we can be doing here, I think that it offers really.
So that's a good conversation to have with the master plan update. There's going to be a land use committee that's forming. So that's a big EC collaboration that needs to happen, whether or not they can have access to it.
Yeah,
Sean had begun. He had started to tap people to talk through the environmental, and now Patrick Grandinetti is doing it.
okay,
So I have a meeting with him on Friday, I think, to just, cause Sean had asked me to do it, but I'm doing circulation now, so it's a whole bit, but. He needs a subcommittee,
great.
and some guidance. So I think that's where the EC should come in.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And people that we might have recommended to Sean for
There are
that spot?
still, there's still, that's the list that I'm gonna show Patrick
Okay,
and include a few other. people.
great, awesome. Cause some of those people are very versed.
Yeah,
in
Mark and
their-
Bonnie, and they're
yeah,
all still on
staff
it.
and stuff, yeah,
Yeah.
great. Whoever wants to, but I think, right, it should be something that we look at often, that we, you know, cause there's always
We
great
just log in
inspiration
and
for it.
poke
Yes,
around and.
yes,
Good, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because that's the biggest thing is being
Yeah.
able to just,
Mhm.
you know, get it offline.
and you could upload the
From-
documents
Yeah,
as they are, so that we're not scrambling at the last minute saying.
when's the next time we,
It's in 3 years.
yeah, so that's good, because like, it's really, it's gonna be a year and a half just to get it on the books and
Sure.
get it into our, you know.
Workflow.
You know,
Yeah.
you hear us at meetings, it takes a while. But,
Pretty
yeah.
efficient.
no, but the idea of us being able to actually say, listen, this is something that not only is good for us, but it ties us to the town.
Yeah.
Because we, you know, me living on the bird sanctuary, I really went back and forth with Chief DePonte about, you know. And it was a quick conversation, but it was a conversation about, hey, do we really have an attack plan for the bird sanctuary? He goes, well, not really, we just kind of like know what it looks like, and I'm like, but it's something that this is asking for, and he goes, okay, then we'll document it.
Yeah.
You know, now we have a good reason to
Yeah,
document it,
Right.
so, yeah,
No, right,
That's
right,
about it.
yeah,
So, Anna, is there a schedule for when we need to form a subcommittee for the land use? I mean, what's our responsibility to be
So-
participants?
it's part of a.
It's not our responsibility. The planning board will put together a subcommittee. I think that the EC should have
yeah, do they want
collaboration.
do they want cross pollination with the EC, or do they
Yeah.
want
When
collaboration?
will that happen?
Like,
I
do they
guess,
want
in
to
the
sit on?
schedule?
There's we've contracted with a planner to do the master plan redo, and he's going to kind of lead us through the different like points of communication. There's gonna be a whole collaboration with the town, like anybody in the town can have say in this, so I'll get a more clearer picture on what that looks like, but let me meet with Patrick, cause he's new to the planning board as of Sean's replacement. And then we can go kind of from there, and I can see, you know, what he wants. He might wanna sit in and then take things back to the planning board, so that could be a good option, yeah.
Okay, moving on, green seal recognition, Susan?
Nothing new to report other than, thanks to Kelly, we now have seals that we can distribute
That
to.
is all Christine Winnig from the green team. Yeah,
Nice.
she donated them to us as well.
That's great.
Oh, that's so.
And or. What are they? For them, they have a choice.
They have a
between the
sticker
two.
or a window plane.
Okay,
If they're a storefront and they want like a window plane,
yeah,
right, so we have 50 of each.
Yeah.
That we could, so, right,
so I'll distribute them to all those who signed up. And then we also talked about acknowledging them on website, town communications. I mean, we kind of said, do this and we're going to promote you, so we really need to figure out how to do that.
Yes. Yes.
The Main Street USA or Main Street Fairhaven, whatever, at least started an account, that could be a good place to start as well.
Yeah,
You have her contact, right?
so also, I'm not sure who's heading this because we
I know.
kind of been back and forth, so I think it would be helpful. At least for me, if we could coordinate with a designated person,
Right.
so we can check in and
okay,
figure out what's going on when. That'd be great.
Do we know which businesses we're supposed to be?
Pretty much,
Okay.
not completely, because there was a couple of people.
A
asking,
couple of, yeah, a
so-
couple of late
Yeah,
entries.
yeah,
Got it.
so we have to coordinate that.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to work on it and have.
anyway.
Yeah.
Great though, at least they could be recognized publicly in
Yes.
town too.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, education series, I know this is something that we've discussed with the green team. And we've wanted to kind of get in the habit of. Having more informal chats with a larger. Public and residents and also storefronts and business owners, on stuff pertaining to the. environment and what we're doing. I don't know if we have any specific thoughts.
I remember last meeting, we talked about starting in the fall, doing quarterly and like starting with like stormwater and maybe having ALS. I actually have a good friend who became the new executive director and I know they have a big stormwater contingency, so maybe asking them if they would like to give a talk. It's a matter of, you know, picking out when in the fall we wanna do it, maybe before the Thanksgiving sometime.
Okay. And I know Sarah Fischel from the EC is also wanting to talk about with energy as it gets into like the winter time too. You're talking about like
Maybe that's a
energy
winter one.
saving, right, like energy at resident, what incentives are available to homeowners and to storefronts, but I, you know, it'd be nice to kind of to do some kind of collaboration too with stormwater. I even wonder if you could collaborate with DPW
Especially
and,
with the can updated, so
yeah,
there we are, coming in.
yeah. I think that's great, but I think that you have a contact with ALS. Does anybody else have any ideas on education series that we want to discuss?
Didn't we do a calendar and in the strategic plan, we prioritized our topics? So maybe we could revisit that
Yeah,
last time,
that's a good idea.
so we're using the plan as
yeah.
a plan.
Strategic.
Yes, exactly.
That's what that was.
Agreed, so we can go back and look into that. Who had the education series? Okay. All right, I will definitely check that out. But this also goes into the new business, which I kind of want to talk about too, if there's nothing else there, because this might influence some of our education series. I'm not sure if some of you guys are aware, but there have been some, the Navasink River was downgraded, at the mouth of Fourth Creek, going into the Navasink River between Batten Road and, Lewis Point Road, to suspended. When the DEP came, they did some testing and Fourth Creek, there was pretty high numbers of contamination near Third Street and the Knights of Columbus. So that's one topic, where there's been contamination. There's also another area too by the Shrewsbury River Yacht Club, where numbers were high as well. I had asked Nick Pershansky from the DPW to come in tonight to give an update. He wasn't able to attend tonight, but he is planning to come in October. He did send to me though, said that he met with Two River Water Reclamation Authority on August 29th to walk the area in the vicinity of the Knights of Columbus to review the existing conditions. The week of September 2nd, Two River Water Reclamation Authority was scheduled to take samplings and additional water testing and dye testing in the vicinity of the Knights of Columbus. Results are still pending. And then on yesterday, September 9th, New Jersey DEP did additional sampling and additional testing after the weekend rain events in the same area around Third Street in the vicinity of the Knights of Columbus. He hasn't heard anything in respect of latest lab results to help identify if issues related to animal or human origins. They're hoping for the results by the end of this week. What they did find though by the DEP samples along the Fourth Creek was that the higher concentrations, way higher, were near the Knights of Columbus. He did additional sampling to determine whether that is between Hendrickson and Knights of Columbus, or is it between the McCarter and Hendrickson? And so they're just trying to kind of pinpoint it out and weed out what the contamination is and where it might stem from. But Two River Water Reclamation Authority and the DEP are on it and have been working with our DPW.
And when you, is there an entry point too? You mentioned the Batten, like Fourth Creek
So
location?
Fourth Creek goes all
Yeah, so
out
it comes,
into it.
right, so the mouth, the basin is into the Navasink, is at that Batten, is there a contamination? there
So
as
there
well?
is a contamination there, but it's much more diluted than it is at the vicinity.
Got it, it's more concentrated,
Mhm.
okay,
And so that's why it's coming upstream
yeah,
from somewhere. Tested McCarter Pond is clear, so it's not coming from the overflow of that.
there's like a number of implications.
Yeah, and it was very high, and they're just trying to figure out, is it? Is it animal or is it human origins, and I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from. So those lab results will get hopefully by the end of this week,
Have
we
they,
should get
have
more.
they started checking like the infrastructure, the sanitary infrastructure?
Yeah, they've been checking, they've been opening manholes too as well. The sewage line is underneath the water line, so if there was a sewage leak, it should go
Yeah, no,
south
understood.
or go
It
down, not
Yeah.
up. But they,
Seems like an awful lot of pet waste to cause that.
well, but it,
Contamination.
There's
It's a
a,
lot of.
That's a lot of pet waste.
no, there's a lot here.
and they said,
Oh,
what
it
if we
didn't be
like,
deer, that's, I didn't even.
or a
think
den
about
of foxes, or it could be
You're
anything.
right,
and
you're
it's
right.
like,
I
do
was
you
gonna
like my
guess it,
backyard?
It's not just dogs and
Yeah,
cats.
deer poop.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
over my backyard.
We're not here this year.
I didn't even think
Yeah,
of
a
that.
lot.
So,
Huh.
My son did it there, still in it.
Oh, no, really? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's all right, yeah.
Was it on Friday?
I was on Seven Bridges Road.
A reminder to be very careful, because they're gonna start running very soon, there's a lot, I've seen so many bugs, there's so many bugs.
Same, so many bugs.
I've never seen this many, and they're the ones that are like, don't, they just run,
and so,
yeah.
but that's the Fourth Creek, and that's still being undergone, obviously, in respect to the Fourth Creek, because Fourth Creek, if you notice, they needed a sample, Clean Ocean Action at first was trying to do citizen sampling over by the Raven and the beach. And that access area has been so overflowed with knotweed that there was not even a safe spot for the sampler to come in and take a sturdy ground to do the sampling. So DPW and myself met with the sampler over in August. And we asked DPW to please, if they could clear a right of way.
They are. They're in some-
They did, now however, the Fourth Creek, that area that buffers Fourth Creek on both sides is private property. So Raven and the Peach owns that side,
Yeah.
Walsh on the other side owns that side. When the compliance officer spoke to Walsh, they were very open, compliant, they had their landscaper cut down a bunch of that knotweed. That's good and bad for the knotweed. The thing is with knotweed being so invasive is that the seeds do get in the water, they can travel further down, it is, it's still rhizome, right, it still come back, you have to like dig down 12 feet, like it's a really tough beast. DPW is working with Weeds Inc., which is a pesticide, like it's just to help out in the bird sanctuary with our knotweed problem that's in the bird sanctuary, so they are being hired as a consultant through the borough to help with that.
I would love to show them what I did in that area.
Um,
I'm like the only house with no knot in
Yeah.
the back of it.
Yeah,
And.
so we are,
Took us 4 years.
Yeah.
Well,
One of
at a time.
but one of the, there's knotweed everywhere, it's all around Fairhaven Fields, it's on the stream beds, it's really a big problem, and so. Another thing that's kind of thought or inspired perhaps an educational series too, or at the very least, some kind of pamphlet, this could be a great. Collaboration with Shade Tree, Fairhaven Natural Area, all this stuff, what are the top invasive species? How do we handle them? You don't put them in your brush can, because you do not want that to go to the brush pile and spread and all those seeds everywhere, like those need to be
Yeah.
wrapped in plastic
Yeah.
and put into the. And I don't think people know that,
In the
right?
water.
Well, the worst part is.
Put in landfill,
the
but
worst
you don't
part is
want
the
it
deer-
brushed, and but that's the problem too, is that like DPW is like, that's the reason why we don't give mulch away, because somebody's knotweed is gonna go to everybody's knotweed, they
Yeah.
can see it.
Oh, it's her.
So I think people need to understand that, what are the invasives that you have, how to identify them, how to eradicate them. For property owners, for the borough, for individual, people, so. Perhaps that could be something that we kind of create a pamphlet, be like, here are the top, and maybe.
But then
just
also have
education
those
series. Yeah.
That could be the spring one. so
Right.
Or inventory.
Right, so, that was just something, but that's an update, I'm gonna let Robin, obviously from the Navasink River Municipality. Also give an update, so if you wanna also get chime in for
Sure.
that.
Robin and Neil. So after the downgrade, Cindy Zip and I and Swarna Metro Krishnan. She is taking on the leadership to update all the municipalities that are involved in the Navasink River Municipalities Committee. But Cindy really emphasizes that that committee was formed as an advisory. It has a coordination with the river reclamation.
The two, yeah.
And it also has a very good relationship with the DEP, with Bill Hendorf. We're going to have an open meeting, which is, something different than before COVID. I mean, we used to have them before COVID. Now, since COVID, they've all been Zoom. But I think that this kind of zapped people into place that, you know, advice has to be given to the governing bodies of all these municipalities. And within the watershed, you're talking about Cold Snack and Tinton Falls and, you know, all of the areas behind us that feed right into it. The fact is, Fairhaven is really an important part here. They play a really important part. One thing that needs to get out is that we need help in taking these water samples. I do it on Wednesday mornings, and that's a real thing that we can get out and advertise for. There's hardly anyone that does it on the Shrewsbury. They do concentrate on the Navasink, and they go on both sides of the Navasink. Now, you know, Cindy Ziff was saying the kinds of things that they're testing for, I was shocked by after, you know, I was doing these sampling. They don't test for pesticides when you're monitoring, when you're doing the citizen science thing. You are only testing for fecal matter.
No.
When these samples get sent to Trenton, they are being tested for fecal matter. Is it yes or is it no in the waters? And what is that level? So now I think they're going to, Sorna is going to, you know, really put slides together in a presentation. She really wants to get to each environmental commission meeting. And she wants to present this so that you know that money is needed. The governing bodies need to know, like EC needs to take it to council, that money is needed for the qPCR testing. And that will tell us whether it's animal or whether it's human waste. And honestly, and Cindy and I say, like, you test for pollution in the ocean. If there is human matter, if there's fecal matter in the ocean, a SWAT team comes and those waters are not swimmable.
Yeah,
That does not get tested. People think that does get tested in the river. It doesn't. They are considered swimmable waters because your mouth is not in the water. So your body can be, but your mouth is not, or something like that. So, you know, when you've got levels, you pull that manhole up at Marine Park, it's ridiculous. Like, you don't even have to take a sample. It's so filthy. There's got to be some infrastructure coming, you know, from, you know, whether it's sewer pipes or it, you know, the towns have to take care of their, you know, of their pipes. There is a suggestion that maybe we have leakage
So
of human waste.
just as if you, just to put it in context here, below 200 is when they will close.
The swimming.
Swimming, below 200 for fecal coliform. The Knights of Columbus was 15,000.
Wow.
The mouth of Fourth Creek at Baton Road was 1,700. At River Road, it was 3,300. At Fairhaven Fields, it was 680, and McCarter Pond was 110. So we know it's not coming from McCarter Pond.
So we can swim in Carter Pond.
You could, you could also close to getting shellfish, they don't want anything above 100 for shellfish, so that's why we were moved now to suspended. Prohibited shellfish is anything north of 163, restricted is 31 to 163, which is what we were. That area that just got downgraded was restricted. Now we are suspended until further testing.
But
We don't
nobody
wanna go back
knows
to
that.
that.
Every morning. there
No
are
one
people
knows it.
grabbing.
Now, now crabs are not, because you're gonna cook them, and the heat should kill off anything. It's
Should.
for the shellfish, it's raw, things that we eat raw.
Oh, I see.
okay, so,
Yeah.
got it.
Clams.
So that is what, but there are some people, like I know the Grogans, your neighbors, they
Yeah.
check all the time, and my daughter was over there last week and they're like, we can't go swimming because they're elevated, they check every Tuesday, the
Yeah.
results are posted. It was On the west side of the yacht club was 4,900. On the east side was 3,600. The creek that exits from, it was a few years ago, off of that creek back there was 600, so we know it's not coming from that creek, it's something coming right there. So they checked the manholes, they were gonna do a dye test, see if there's any leakage there. And like maybe with docking, new docks, if something got hit or. But, you know, just to give it the results, 15,000 like nights that come with. It's
And if
just,
you look at the watershed, the advisement is that, there's a little bit of fault, further north or further west. Colts Neck is not out of the woods, Tinton
Right.
Falls is not out of the woods.
but this being fair, so then I spoke to Jess Grover, like one of my friends who lives right there. She said there's been a lot of geese that have been
Yeah.
there every night. Now, I had her take a picture of the geese. I sent that to
To
Chris
see it,
York and Nick Borchensky to send to the DEP because there was about 45 geese that were there. That geese poop could elevate that,
Yeah.
correct?
Mhm,
Yeah,
it could.
so,
But what about in Carter Pond? Yeah, it's not having the same impact.
because the geese aren't there.
They haven't been there in a while.
I'm sorry.
I walk around every day.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them in a while.
But, so anyway, that's something, that's right behind Susan's house. too.
Yes, it's right there.
Susan,
So
yes.
there's also a sewer line that runs along the shore there.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether the reclamation has.
They're always there.
They are, they
It's
checked it,
right
they walked that whole
Yeah.
beach to see it last week or just.
Yeah.
10 years ago, they had to do something because the water was getting into the
Okay.
sewer system. And they came and I think they raised things up. So it also could present a problem.
Yeah.
on-
I don't know who counts, like, how do you go from this report to council?
So, there was council liaison, Councilwoman Cole was at that meeting, Mr. York was at that meeting, Nick Portemski was at that meeting. Bill Henderson, was there, and, Brian from Two River. So, trying to figure out where it's coming from first and what it is, and I said, the EC would help out in any way we can with educating people about it, if it is coming from dog waste or pet waste or animal, or if, in any way we can, just to kind of, help.
The last
And
juncture
feedback.
I was with Swarna and Cindy is that we don't have the testing.
So they did
this
additional
few
testing,
PCR,
yeah, so they did additional testing
and they determined
over the weekend, no, we
it
should,
isn't,
we
it has been
should get it
determined.
by this week, the end of this week,
Okay.
they said.
That is not happening in every municipality.
Sure, I'm sure.
Yes,
But this was alarming, these numbers,
Yes.
and I think, just being downgraded, we wanna go up, we don't wanna go down. Those
it always
waters
is
are
really
also
high, I don't have
already
to tell
just-
you guys this, but it's always so much higher in July and August. It's almost like and that's when we're inviting kids to do river rats and,
Right, to jump in there and do
Yeah.
TV and all that stuff.
so, anyway.
Well, Robin, so I appreciate
But
this,
the citizen science thing is real. I mean,
Yeah.
it's real and it's a way, like, residents don't understand how much monitoring, how much goodness there is out there. But these programs need to be filled and they're all.
I'm surprised that it's just that one thing that they're testing.
They do test for pesticides, the DEP does, but that's only done like every 3 months and there are monitors out in the river. I mean,
And, yeah, and when's your next meeting?
October 16th, it's
Okay.
at the police, here in Fairhaven.
Oh,
Cause I really think they wanna make a big deal out of,
so is that the new
Yes.
community center?
yes,
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
is it open?
don't know, I'll find that out.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And Robin, I appreciate the updates. This is great to have, updates from the river at every meeting if you can. If you
Yeah.
can't make it, even if you
Yeah.
just shoot a little email or something,
Yeah.
that what was talked at the meetings, that would be very helpful.
I mean, I just had a friend at the garden party, she just moved in, and I'm, I'm talking to her husband, And he's like so thrilled about the river. We moved here because of the river, the river, the river, the river. And I'm like, well then, you know, Kevin, I hope you're going to volunteer to help preserve this river because we need, you know,
Sure,
yeah.
of course. And most people don't realize those numbers, right?
Oh,
It's
I
not like,
know.
it's not like it's posted at the Fairhaven
Yeah.
dock, today's numbers are 1,400.
Can we link that to like our site, so if someone wants to go on like the EC page or something like that, so I feel like.
Like, how to make these more public?
Yeah.
Like, and did you know that, I just, those numbers are, if a beach is closed below 200 and our river where kids are in their river rats is 1,400.
You know what, I think that the town needs an authority to say those numbers.
Yeah,
So after the 16th, like Heddendorf will come up, Swarna will be there with, you know, she's a COA scientist that, you know,
Right.
so I think those reports are really important.
Right.
And council would definitely want that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, thank you, Robin, appreciate it. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Comments on that?
Is there any role we're playing in any of this? Are you asking the EC for?
Well, the fact that, you know, the people don't understand that there's you know, a group of volunteers that go out every Wednesday morning for an hour and a half at 7:30. We meet at Swimming River Park and, it's just, it was amazing to me, you know, that this went on.
yeah,
And these are regular people that just take out an hour and a half of their morning and do it and work with DEP, meet, you know, you get the manholes open and you're out in the wetlands over, you know, by Locust and it's awesome. It makes you feel really good for the residents.
So if you're looking for volunteers,
Yeah.
is that something that we can help promote?
Yes,
Is there
yes.
contact?
It's run through COM.
Yeah, and they always do, they do, workshops, right, to train.
Correct, you can train, yeah.
Yeah, so even if you could pass us that information and we could put that on.
I will definitely do that.
Socials, which we don't have.
We have a volunteer who offered to do it.
The socials?
Yeah, the business owner person volunteered.
Okay. We should definitely
Mm-hmm.
look into that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to administrative items. How about planning board update? Anna, do you have anything else you'd like?
No, not really, no, it's just, it's moving along, so.
Do you ever need anyone, like anyone else coming to the planning board from like EC to like talk about anything?
Would love it.
Yeah, I don't know, like topics in particular, like when you're like talking about master plans.
I just think-
It'd be worthwhile for someone to like come.
Yeah, we talked about it on Saturday, like this is a massive opportunity for the town.
Yeah.
And we're paying a ton of money for this consultant to come in and write this for us. And I think that this group should have an incredible amount of input.
Yeah.
Like, I want everybody just reading it, like, they all need to be well versed in this. Those are the types of things that make the most sense, but it's just, it's kind of like, what can we do with this now?
When does that plan, need to be, when will it be done?
No, like,
Yeah, there's a due date, there's a timeline,
End of 2026?
Yeah, it's-
2027 or?
2026, yeah, I think that's the time frame for that one, we'll avoid that one. But it's just in the beginning phases of getting all of the groups together, information.
But this is like your big thing that you guys are doing this year.
Yeah, on top of any of the other plans that come through, but this is the focus for the year.
So I guess the question is, how do we get in front of it instead of, you know, waiting
Yeah,
to
right.
review?
Like
that's
retroactive?
the big part is like this being like
Yeah.
adopted into it.
And is
So-
that happening?
Has,
Yeah, do they have.
or like have people at the planning board been given that?
No,
I think once the minor updates are done and.
yeah, Jesse just handwrote some stuff, I'll get it updated.
Minor stuff.
We can, yeah, just like figure stuff, and then we can,
Right to margins.
yeah, if we could have a few copies printed, Christy, do you think that would be okay, so that we can distribute the ERI to the planning board, maybe?
However you want it, I mean, it'll have to come out of your budget, or you can send it electronically, it's on the website.
Yeah.
Okay,
Speaking of our budget though, I mean, I guess we do have money in our budget. We have over $3,000 in our budget.
okay.
It does. And so, but I was thinking for sure, like, obviously we wanna get the bounded
Nice-
copies, a
nice-
nice bounded copy for the library, but I also think each school should be given one as well.
Oh, that's a great idea.
You know, to put in their libraries as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
So I think at the very least, you know, 3 to 5 very nice bounded copies that are within like the public can have.
Yeah.
And then we can, which we completely have money for.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. I'll get this done, we'll get it to the planning board group. Like I said, I'll meet with Patrick. The Sean changeover thing may have caused a bit of a delay on it, but we're all within the same
Okay.
time frame, and the consultant that we've hired is the one that's going to be keeping us on track for these deliverables.
Great.
So anything that,
the consultant too.
yes, totally, anything that I hear at the meetings going forward, I'll just kind of
Okay,
relay to you guys.
great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Council update, I know, Councilman Drew can't be here. Chrissy, did you get anything?
I did not.
Okay. Cause I know at the, council meeting this past week, Carter Pond was on there, Schwenker's Pond was on there, and the tree ordinance, and
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to get an update from that, so hopefully our next meeting we can talk about that, but I do think that they were gonna start treating Schwenker Pond as well.
Can we request an alternate? We used to have,
Yeah.
I think other groups have alternates and we don't. It'd be nice to actually have an alternate.
Let's do it. Put it, yeah, or see if someone, I mean, I think he's made it to one,
Yeah.
so it would be nice to have someone
Yes.
who's present.
Chrissy, is that something you could, or do I?
Great, Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
Mike would be a great alternate.
if we could request specifically Michael to be the alternate, that would be.
Kelly, that should come.
That should come from me. Right. Very possible.
Although question, I guess since our council person will be changing come the new year, like, is that's the case too, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But it's like just for the rest of the year, it'd be great.
Yeah.
These expire.
Yeah, and even just following like next year too, like to make sure that when that
We
happens.
used to have an
again,
alternate. We
Yes.
used to have two, not sometimes we would have two liaisons
And I
here.
think that'd be, you know. just
Right,
to make sure
things come
some-
up, but at least
Yeah.
so that we can know what's going on
Yeah.
at larger. So I didn't even know that McCarter Pond was on it.
Mhm.
Okay, and the tree ordinance was going, you know.
Mhm. And I think there's something with like the demo with 21 Fairhaven Road, like the something for that. Was that night? Right. I didn't listen to the meeting, but I just saw it on the agenda.
Okay.
So, lots of things.
They were awarding it.
They awarded
Yeah,
the bid.
They awarded a contract for the demo.
It wasn't the $7 million.
Yeah, the range, what is that, 121,000 to 7 million.
That's what it is. It's 7 million.
That's the easiest part.
It was mathematical error that the bidder.
Maybe we don't want that,
Maybe
just maybe
apply the right yard.
That guy.
Yeah, which way, the top or the bottom? Or both.
Crazy.
What?
Yeah.
Like the easiest part, I mean, obviously it's expensive.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I used to be the liaison for the Harding Bird Sanctuary as well, and I just reached out to Betsy Koch today and was like, I have not heard anything from anyone, and she was like, oh, that's weird, we met last week, so I was like, can you please find out if that was with intent, or if that was an oversight? So I'll find out more about that.
And because DPW is starting.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was on the committee as
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
Okay,
so
yes, right, okay.
I do have an update on the bird sanctuary.
would love it, cause I don't.
Well, in 1956, the bird sanctuary was bequeathed, or somehow there was a connection between the Garden Club of Fairhaven. So they kind of are the protector of it, and it's not actually the responsibility of the garden club, you know, they aid in it. It really, is supposed to be taken care of by the borough also. So, it was a project of the current president, Nancy Bosco, and she took this on, and the 27th of September is National Land Day. And so as part of the National Garden Club, she has, focused on this project. And there are two gardens that are going to be, planted. One is going to be more adults and are going to be the presence of a lot of children, a lot of Girl Scouts. A lot of Girl Scout groups, have volunteered, to be present. Nancy has taken, and I think it's going through the beautification committee, that the council, members are invited. She has a lot of people for the photo op. So, that is happening between 9 and 11 on the 27th.
Where are the locations?
One is there already, it's going to be enlarged, and the other one, I think, is closer to the road. Yeah, there's been a lot of work, the town has shown a major effort because they've taken down a lot of trees that are bare and dangerous. And, the knotweed was
They've done a
addressed,
great job.
yeah.
No, they really have.
Yeah, so that's the update today, and there'll be food, there'll be refreshments, it's going to, the garden club is really making, a thing of it.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you, Rhonda. Well, another thing on the 27th is the sports swap, Rumson Fairhaven Sports Swap, that's from 9 to 12 at the, Fairhaven Fields. So that's put on by the EC and the Green Team at Fairhaven and Rumson. It's our collaboration with Rumson. It's always a great event. You don't need to bring something to get something. We are just trying to, save landfill space, give repurpose.
What time is that?
It's from 9 to 12. And we have a sign up sheet I will share with you guys too, if anybody's interested in helping to come set up or help set up or to work the event as well too. It's very light effort. We have a lot of kids that come and love to help out as well too. It's a fun event.
Are you bringing something to market?
If possible, okay, yes, okay, we'd love to advertise it at the market on Saturday, maybe even have a bin or just say, don't forget.
Put a bin.
Okay, perfect, thank you, Anna. It is. Yeah, so that's 9 to 12, at Fairhaven Fields for the sports swap. Other green theme events or updates that's going on is the bike to school is gonna be happening again in early October with the students, bike safety. Which I think it's always a well-received event with the kids. We have a lot of bikers in this town. I think also the issue of e-bikes and e-bike safety is a very prevalent topic right now too. So if people wanted to help out with that too, I can find out more information. I'll share it as soon as I get that. But this does go into that we have funny monies.
Just gonna say, related to that, I know you, this time of year, we're always like, money for planting something, like, is there anything that needs to get like refreshed, like any of like the rain gardens or anything that we can like get some plants for? I feel like this, it happens every time, it's around this time of year.
I would say Knollwood.
I feel like, no, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be like a maintenance type thing, and it's always, you can get the kids involved. And
Yes.
It's the time of year to do it, it's like the perfect time to be planting, it's like now October.
We're planning on doing, I was just gonna do the little plot in front of shutters. That's overgrown with weeds. It's tiny, it's a little verge. I was just gonna rip it up and throw some stuff in there and just
Okay.
to kind of look like the one that we had done across the street.
Yeah. At the garden club also, they just started a junior garden club, which a lot of the National Garden Club members have. And we used to have one, and now we're reinstituting that. So we have 15 Girl Scout troops that we are gonna provide the bulbs for. So those plots will at least be filled with bulbs for spring
Great.
flower. And then we can,
Have we considered doing the ones under the trees that are in front of?
whatever you say. we'll
Remember I
just-
sent you that
Yeah.
picture where it was
Yeah.
tulips under all the trees have dirt patches, they're all covered with crabgrass. It's like if we put an auger into it,
Yeah,
put some bulbs by the spring, they'll be beautiful.
yeah, that's the thing that really, the kids are ready, and
So let's do it.
that's 15 groups.
Yeah, all right, I'll touch base with you.
And Garden Club said they pay for it.
Sure. Even better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
last time we were talking about getting someone from like the high school representative for like the
Yes.
junior.
Yeah, to get more younger people on
Yeah.
board as well. We had said we would visit the high schools. So I think if we check the meetings from last time,
Yeah.
we kind of set a schedule.
Yeah. You want to, cause I know we wanted to have involvement with
So-
their green team.
Right, and. Rumson and the EC, they're actually meeting tonight, and they do want to collaborate
Yeah,
more.
they do, yeah.
The sports swap is a fantastic way of it's kind of been clockwork, it's a great effective thing, so much of our sports are overlapping anyway, it's why not. Work and collaborate together, it would just make it so much easier.
Our meetings on the same night.
So I believe they had a meeting, they're meeting this tonight, or they're meeting this tomorrow.
Cause I would like to go to one of their meetings.
They do wanna collaborate for sure, and they have interns. They have 2 interns, one from Trinity Hall was a Rumson student and her friend. And they were actually they created some posts for the sports swap, and they just ran with it, and it was just great for social media, like if you get those high school kids to do it. I think they just are looking for a way to become involved and to be
Yeah, the
helpful.
campus series, like I feel like that'd be a good collab too.
Yeah.
Have someone from there give like a presentation or.
There's no environmental
Commercial.
difference between Rumson and Fairhaven.
Yeah.
We did think of a time that we were gonna do an EC or green team meeting, but start a little earlier and have pizza to try to invite younger people. Perhaps we wanna do that in November or something, if we wanna make that our like youth,
It's
like
gonna
a junior,
Use the budget.
Yeah, right. get some pizzas, get some people, see what's.
Maybe more get the young people too. But we should have some kind of presentation, because we were talking about getting a liaison
Yeah.
from high schools.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a comment about that too. Heather Robinson just became president of Rumson Garden Club.
Yes.
And her presidential, like her project for the next 2 years is really working with the high school to develop a solid environmental committee. And they've talked about having, a huge native gardens put in there, and she's gonna see to it that that happens. So she's gonna be able to easily get to the high school population. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So that's it, on the green team update. So clean out your garages, your sheds, find any sports equipment you no longer need. And please bring it with us either to the farmer's market today, we'll be collecting, or this weekend, we'll be collecting it, so you can drop that off and then go do your shopping. And or to the field, we are asked that all donations are brought by 11 AM. So you don't bring it at 11:45 when we're closing at 12. Okay, that's it. Anything else? Any public comments?
it's just not clear on action items coming out of the meeting. We talked about a brochure for invasives.
Yes,
Are we,
so I had spoken to Bonnie about that as well, and I was hoping that it could be something that would be a collaboration among the EC, the Green Team, the Shade Tree, the Fairhaven Hills Natural Area, the DPW for residents and businesses in town.
Kelly, I can put it, if you get me content, send you.
Okay, yeah. Bonnie said she's spoken with Nick, but she thinks that we need like an invasive strike team, like Tinton Falls actually has one. Great idea. There's knotweed, tree of heaven, English ivy, Japanese silkgrass, miscanthus grass, mile a minute, burning bush. And barberry. But thinking that this could actually be just the start of something, and then perhaps it is like an invasive task force or something that can lead to it, but. These things for residents to know that that's the reason we can't put that in the brush pile, we can't, there are certain ways to dispose of these things so that we eliminate the possibility of it spreading even further.
So as far as the brochure that we talked about, so. You're gonna put it together with Bonnie, and
I-
then how do we distribute it? Like,
I think we need to kind of have like a. Well, cause there's a lot of information, that's a good sized project, right?
It might be good something if we start doing this like educational series, I just need to get out at the one week, maybe in the spring, so we have time to everyone get together. Put it together, review it, good to go, and we can like give it, have that presentation, but then also have handouts. And then we can have them up in the library here, so people come to Borough Hall.
So I guess this has to do with the education series, if we're thinking the fall might be stormwater, winter will be energy. And spring could be invasives. And that's when you wanna clear out the invasives before they seed,
Yeah.
before they flower, right? And that's in the spring.
Mhm.
So stormwater, I can share the brochure that I made on stormwater about McCarter and everything and some ideas. We can definitely beef it up a little bit, but perhaps with every education event that we have some sort of information or handout or guide.
Back sheet, something.
Yeah, something that can go with it.
Yeah.
So I guess for action items would be, let's plan that education series in the fall.
okay,
And we can come up with a date, a time, see if your
Yeah,
friend wants to come from ALS, that's a big name to get.
Yeah, I'll talk to her.
We can see if we can collaborate with Rumson, if they wanna help us sponsor that, if we wanna make it like the
absolutely.
new community center is a
Yeah.
great spot to have it.
Yeah.
And they have all the technology there, it is
I
fantastic.
would invite Red Bank too.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
we
whole
talked
Three River.
about
Yeah,
Yes.
meeting with everybody, so
Yeah.
this would be a great.
yeah,
Right, if we can do
Absolutely.
something like that and perhaps,
Even just start on the peninsula.
and maybe even talk about. The work that your organization is doing, the St. River municipalities. And some of that, and what can be done if it's more of a collaborative stormwater. effort.
Yeah. That is,
So you can invite Cindy in that too, or whatever. But you know how Little Silver came up with their education series last year and they put out dates and topics? Maybe we do that just to see the
Yeah.
dates and topics so that people can understand or.
yeah, figure out who our
Yeah.
speakers are gonna be and get some dates together,
Okay,
yeah.
So do we have an education committee and we can get that and report back next time?
Was that wasn't that one of,
I know.
one of the four,
It was,
yeah, who's on that?
don't know.
We were on the Borough Brown. Alright, so
I think
is that something the green team might be able to do?
I think the
Is
green
there
would
a
definitely
big
help
group
with that,
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
Definitely.
This is where the collaboration would be
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
good, right? Oh, here we go. Assignments.
Maybe we could all revisit. the-
Shoreline Health with Jesse and John, Sustainable Property Management was Kelly and Susan, Open Space Preservation, Anna and John, and Stormwater Capture, Bill and Gary. So,
So we wouldn't have an official education, because I think that was kind of part of every single group.
right,
But it sounds like we've got a very targeted kind of timeline and topic right now,
Yeah.
so why don't we start it up?
okay.
Do that, you did.
No, I said I don't. Doesn't matter, I apologize.
Just for fun.
We should resend out some priorities, union plan, and
I
involve.
think so.
Yes.
I think so.
I think, yeah, that
It
should
was
be.
a long summer, let's forget about that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we got to dates and assignments of.
No, we didn't.
responsibilities.
Yeah.
So
No,
why don't we just continue that, cause it's a good foundation.
yeah,
You can send that out.
You can send that out quickly, thank you. Thank you. Perfect, that'd be a nice little reminder, back to school, back to work.
Amen.
You get her on forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
Why
well,
not?
and then we can, I know the green team is gonna be doing their October, November, December meetings at the community center. Yeah, so, I think it's such a great space now to have these events. There's a
Yeah.
microphone, there's an AV, there's a screen, so I think that would be great, so. Perhaps if anybody knows if we're doing stormwater, energy and invasives, maybe even like shoreline health kind of
Yeah.
for the spring, just if you think of anybody that you might come to mind for any of these events, that would be great, and we can reach out, I'm happy to reach out to Rumson. They wanna collaborate, or, Little Silver and Red Bank and stuff.
We should do one for the schools about how to enhance the lightning bug experience. I feel like it was a pretty lightning buggy summer. And I think a lot of people are learning that you've got to keep your leaves down and you don't start doing like yard work. And if we go into the schools
Yeah.
and tell the
Yeah,
kids,
that's a great
the
one.
kids will tell their parents. And
I wanna see more lightning.
I wanna see more like it, who does it? And that's
That's actually a great incentive.
so a good way to go
That's
from
awesome.
that channel is.
So, yeah, it'd be nice for this to have, like, have a speaker, but then also have kind of our priorities related to
Yeah.
different topics.
Yeah, totally, and we have some budget there, so we can, whether it. You know, is there a guidelines or regulations for how we spend our money?
You have to spend this year's budget this year.
Right, but like on certain things, like if we were to purchase something that to donate to the school or donate plants or donate that, is there a guideline?
That might tie into
It
like
has
last
to be
year's
on-
budget planning purposes,
Yeah.
that we should obviously start talking about now.
If it's supporting your mission.
Yeah.
What you say.
Yeah.
I would think the school also has a budget for special programs.
Yeah.
Well, budget,
Well, I think budget should be a topic like before the year's over.
yes, for sure.
Especially related if we're gonna start doing stuff like this.
And then. This I guess I'll reach out to Chris York as well too, but the idea of having just kind of like a fund for events like this, for buying refreshments, for buying things, so that we don't have to go through a vendor. Is there like
Like at the town level.
yeah, is there like, could we either get reimbursed for buying some of this, or is there an ability to be like. We're having a nice event, I wanna have some cookies and some seltzers available for the public. Is it always have to be volunteer, or can we use some of the funds? I don't
That's
know,
a question for finance, because every time she will always say no reimbursement.
and yes, I understand,
Process.
I
She's
know.
very strict about it.
But then it's like, how do you? Compromise.
So we can talk to her
Okay,
about
sure.
workarounds.
Yep. Sure, with the workaround is, that's a good
Yeah.
thing, yeah, so is why. Okay. All right. One more, then I think we're all set, so do I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Did I say it? Okay, this meeting has been adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
Feedback.
Yes, these are the.
We could even like